What's up, LAFC Nation? Thanks for being here for episode 110 of 110 Football. Today's show is going to rock you. As always, he's Jerry Reynoso.
And he's not, but he is Colin Colopsis.
What?
On this special episode, we'll sit down with Vince to discuss both the MLS Is Back Tournament and the return of the regular season.
We'll also dig into the 110 vaults to tell the legendary story of 80s hairband and LAFC superfans, Patrick.
This is the 110 Football Show, episode 110.
And it starts
right now.
It's kicking off in the world of football. From Boyle Heights to Koreatown and all through the 110 corridor. An LAFC fan show by two of their biggest fans. This is where true fans come to get their LAFC fix. So rally your crew and settle in. It's time for 110 Football.
What's up, guys? Welcome to 110 Football, episode 110.
I still can't believe it's our 110th show, man. It doesn't really feel like it.
No, my silly Jerry. Okay, in the entertainment biz, when we say episode 110, that really means season 1, episode 10.
And it took you 109 episodes to tell me that?
Huh? Anywho, before we talk about the return of the MLS season and what that looks like, here's where the teams ended up after the MLS Is Back Tournament. Check it out. So, with the Portland Timbers winning the tournament and securing their spot in the CONCACAF Champions League, we asked our expert correspondent Vince LaRosa to join us in the studio to discuss, amongst other things, the impact the MLS Is Back Tournament will have on the regular season.
Thanks, guys. After the long trip alone to and from Orlando, It's good to finally see you guys in person. But now that I'm here, let's just get right into it, huh?
Oh, why not?
Let's talk about quarantine. That's kind of what we've all felt like. We don't get to see anybody. How's your quarantine been, guys?
I don't know what you guys did, but I literally try to do as much as possible to catch up on MLS. 25 years, that's a lot of football to catch up on.
Well, I'm glad you've been being productive and, studying. So my birthday is today. If you told me in March that I'd have to be celebrating my birthday in quarantine, I would have not believed you.
And you know what I've done? I've spent my time on Instagram learning that all my friends are now bakers and seeing great loaves of bread that I can't even eat.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys, send me some bread.
Hashtag send Vince bread.
There you go.
MLS is back part 2.5, we'll say.
First of all, I'm just excited that we're going to be able to play, the Galaxy twice. We're going to be able to play Seattle again, Portland, Salt Lake. These are our rival teams.
What I'm excited about is to have Vela back.
LAFC didn't seem to miss him, though.
I think it was a fun little test, especially being a team that's labeled as a one-man team. Because as a fan, I personally know that we're not, but to be able to show the rest of the league that it's really good.
Yeah.
LAFC, no Vela, the most goals in the tournament. So Jerry, tell me, what was different?
It was a very fantastic experiment tactically for Bob Bradley and the squad, and now we have the whole squad together. I'm ready to see him back in.
Well, like you said, tactically, I think a big part of that was the midfield trio. Latif, K, and Atuesol.
That trio was the best in the tournament by far, and they power the team going forward and backwards, and that's the basis, that's the cog of there's no one side of defense and there's no side of offense. That midfield powers both sides. And we even got to see some new guys. What did you think of Pancho Janela? A little bit of time for my special boy, Bryce Duke.
Oh man, can we talk about that strike from Bryce Duke against Galaxy?
Good save from Bingham.
I think I could say the same about Dan Musovski. Coming back from surgery, I think he's been great. And just knowing that we have players like that are on the bench, it just brings a smile on my face.
Well, that's why you have young guys on the team. You want to provide competition. And if you want to talk about competition, guys, I think we got a goalkeeper competition here. Who's your number one?
Yeah, gotta say Kenneth Vermeer. That final knockout match, yes, he did have that slip in that 90th minute goal from Joe Matinho, but I think he did really well stopping that penalty from Nani. I think we have our starting keeper here.
I was like, man of the match, Kenneth Vermeer. I was ready to post it on our social media just before Joao Moutinho scored that goal.
Whipped into a great area to goal! It's Joao Moutinho!
Yes, that goal kind of sucked, but prior to that, he had a beast game.
And we'll rewind it back just a little bit farther even for Kenneth Vermeer. That Seattle game, it's 2-1. Raul Ruiz has a chance from 6 yards out.
Yeah.
Rui Diaz takes a touch. Was it a save or off the post? Either way, it stayed out.
Brian Rodriguez.
Gotta be patient.
With patience, has he been good? Has he been a flop?
It's hard to call someone a flop when they're not even old enough to drink. You know who had to have patience? He had to have it with himself.
Yeah.
And realize LAFC is gonna put you in the good moments, but you gotta be there and you gotta be ready in that moment to slow the game down. I think, again, you gotta continue to have a little bit of patience.
Speaking of patience, I think we have to be patient with LAFC. We've been spoiled because we've broken records left and right, but I think once we hit that moment where we actually get this cup, the time will come perfectly.
It's that trophies conversation again, especially with a guy like Bob Bradley. He went out and led them to the best individual season of an inaugural team in the history of MLS.
Yeah.
Yep.
Only to come back the second season, not just break records in points, break records in goals, break records in goal differential, all while doing it with a team that's average age was about 25.
The only way he's gonna leave this team is if like someone like FC Barcelona wants to get him to be the head coach. Other than that, he's not leaving anyone.
Thanks, Vince. I think we gave both fans and ourselves a lot to ponder.
Oh, guys, before I forget, I've got my Orlando receipts. Campbell said to give them to you.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Dude, $70 for a Jedi robe? And a lightsaber?
Thought I could get LAFC into the semis using the Force.
Well, they lost off a penalty kick, so I would return the robe.
Journalist you are. Jedi you are not.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, what's also true is that it's now time for the MLS Weekly Report with Eli Moji.
Thanks, Connor and Jerry. And now for my brief MLS Weekly Report. There's only one match to cover here, and that was the MLS Is Back Tournament final between the Portland Timbers and Orlando City SC. Portland arrived at the final after defeating the Philadelphia Union 2-1. This is a team full of great depth and MLS experience. Their opponent, tournament hosts Orlando City SC, shocked the world with their outstanding performance in the MLS Is Back Tournament, mainly thanks to Portuguese star Nani. The match started in Orlando's favor as the club dominated possession. However, Portland struck first in the 27th minute thanks to a beautiful free kick delivery from Diego Valeri, finding Lars Mabiala, who buried the header past Orlando keeper Pedro Gales. In the 39th minute, Orlando leveled the match at 1 apiece when Nani found midfielder Mauricio Pereira in the middle of the box, and the Uruguayan finished the opportunity. The clubs went into halftime tied 1-1. In the 66th minute, Pedro Gales got unlucky as Portland's corner kick moved around the box a couple of times before landing at the feet of the isolated Dario Zuparic, tapping in the eventual winner. The Portland Timbers proved that experience trumps all, defeating the tournament's Cinderella story team Orlando 2-1. Yes, I am sad that the MLS Is Back tournament is over. However, the regular season returns on Wednesday with the two teams that missed the tournament, FC Dallas and Nashville SC, facing off. That's it for my MLS Weekly Report. Back to you guys.
Wow, great report, Eli. More professional and, less cartoonish than usual. Good job.
I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult.
Sorry, Eli. We all know Connor needs a little help on his social game.
Oh, do I? Is that like a stupid way to segue into your new social media segment?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. Later in the show, I will challenge some LAFC related tweets in a segment we call Jerry's Give and Go. Everyone selected will get a prize and a chance to win even bigger prizes as the season progresses.
I do love the idea of integrating the fans more into the show because this really is for them. I mean, we are them, we're entertainers second and super fans first.
Speaking of super fans, my mom followed Hat Trick on tour back in the day.
Miss Lester was a groupie?
Well, the band was under 18, so she was more like a camp counselor. And now, without further ado, here's part 1 of the story of Hat Trick.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. I'm Eli Hunt, celebrated rock journalist, former MTV VJ, and host of this television program. On today's 110 Vault, I will be telling you the story of classic 80s hair band, Hat Trick. I was one of the first VJs to interview the band.
Is this MTV?
I'm here with the members of Hat Trick. Go on, guys, introduce yourselves to the world and make sure you look at the camera. You want the people at home to know you're talking to them and not the production team out back.
Yeah. Jeez, we got it, man. Look, check it. I'm Jerry, electric guitar.
Connor, lead vocals and drums.
Omar, bass, guitar.
Campbell, and I'm keyboards and piano.
So you call yourselves Hat Trick, but there are 4 of you guys. Can't explain?
Are you from England?
The debut album's called Black and Gold, and like your name, it's inspired by soccer, and also evident in your style.
It's the 80s.
Now, Connor, being a former player who was actually cut by LAFC after your first game, many people are surprised by your loyalty.
Oh, no, we were fans for a long time before they cut him for sucking.
Hey, dude.
3 own goals, 2 red cards, and 6 missed PKs in a single match.
Worst performance ever.
How did you even get 2 red cards?
Enough, okay? We get it.
I'm just saying it's TV. You cannot lie on TV.
It's true. You can never lie on television.
Well, I mean, I'm a die-hard LAFC fan. Bleed black and gold. I mean, one day I was at the LAFC pregame tailgate. I saw Jerry, Campbell, and Omar jamming it out. So I decided to join them. Little did I know they needed a drummer and a lead singer, which I can do both. I mean, the rest is history. Kaboom!
The debut album, Black and Gold, went gold and got their label in the black. And that hit single, We're Gonna Rock You All Night Long, All Night Long, All Night Long, or its commonly used acronym, WGRUA, I don't know what it is.
The song was nominated for 3 Grammys and won the VMA for Best Rock Video in '86.
Presenting the award for Best Rock Video, David Lee Roth.
Yeah! And the winner is Hat Trick! Woo! Yeah!
Wow, that was really weird. Oh my God, look, a VMA! You guys, thank you so much. This is phenomenal. I love you individually. LAFC till I die, right?
Christy Brinkley, this is for you. Leave that piano man and head uptown to Jerry's hood.
Black and Gold, this is for you. We're gonna rock you.
Hey Mom, I'm on TV. And don't forget to feed Oscar.
Hat Trick embarked on the biggest tour of the summer, but by the end of '87, they were burnt out and they were facing pressure from the label to release the second album. When we return, we'll break down their second album, which will end up being their last.
The 110 Football Show is brought to you by Colopsis and Reynoso. Get yours, sports injury law. And Ticketmaster presents Hat Trick, Ironic Reunion Tour.
Welcome everyone to the first edition of Jerry's Give and Go.
Why don't you just call it my Give and Go?
Cause I'm Jerry.
Exactly.
Dude, just focus on spinning the wheel, bro. You're really trying to confuse me, man. We'll be spinning this wheel, and whatever handle it lands on, we'll read that person's take that they posted on social media earlier last week. Depending on how good their take is, will determine what kind of prize they will receive. All right, Omar, let's get this on the road. Go ahead and spin the wheel, man.
Let's see what's gonna be next.
Now, these responses came from social media earlier this week and their reactions from LAFC's performance in the MLS Back Tournament and in the recent loss in Orlando. Okay. Young Draco says the attack was great, but needs to take advantage of easy opportunities. Defense was solid, but very poor in defending crosses, which led to their defeat against Orlando. The keeper equals class performance. Yeah, I really like this response because not only are they giving credit to the keeper, but they're also pointing out the faults in the defense. I agree, the defense does need to work on a lot of things, but showing out that the keeper has done a fantastic job, that's just giving credit and credibility to both sides. So I really like this response. You know what, Draco? We're gonna give you a hat for this one. This is good, man. I liked it a lot. All right, spin it again. Let's see what our next contestant is. See you when you're ready. Oh. All right, here we go. At LAFC_Rodrigo says, nobody expected us to do this well without Vela. Most of the people were proven wrong.
That is very true.
Yeah, dude, I mean, shoot. Well, I don't think we even thought we were gonna do that good without Vela, honestly. It was a big test, and we came up big on that one. We're gonna give you a t-shirt, man.
Oh,
that was awesome.
You know, I don't even have a t-shirt.
You didn't even have a t-shirt, so there you go.
3, 2, 1.
All right. We got a winner this time. Who is it?
And it's
Saulito. Okay. All right, good friend Saulito says, overall, LAFC seemed to have the most dangerous squad, but the goalies were the trouble. Too much goalie rotation didn't allow for the goalies to build confidence.
I agree. There's a lot of times where the goalkeepers could have contested a lot more.
Yeah, no doubt. But both keepers, Cisniega and Vermeer, did have equal amount of starts, you know, but they didn't have that time, enough time to build that confidence. So I really like this take right here. We're gonna give you a scarf, bud.
Yeah, scarf for Saulito.
That'll do it for our first ever Jerry's Give and Go.
His give and go.
Thanks for playing. Everyone who have won a prize, go ahead and DM us at 110footballtv on our social media accounts to find out how you can claim your prize. With that, I will leave it to our expert correspondent, Benny Feilhaber, with his latest keys.
Thanks, guys. Now's the keys of the match. We will do the key players for LAFC for the restart of the regular season. Carlos Vela. Everybody knows this guy. It's the MVP of the league. It's the MVP of the team. He's been critical in year 1, critical in year 2, and he will be critical in year 3 in order for LAFC to continue their dominance, especially in the top of the Supporters' Shield standings. Next up, Latif Blessing. He's got Mark Anthony Kaye next to him. He's got Edward Atuesta next to him. It doesn't matter. Latif is the difference maker in there. I love this guy. He's the Energizer Bunny. He motivates everybody, and everybody loves to play with this guy. He makes everybody better. Tristan Blackman. I think Bob is unsure who's playing center back next to Eddie Segura now that Walker Zimmerman's been traded. They haven't found somebody. It's been a revolving door a little bit between Tristan Blackman and Dejan Jakovic. I think Tristan will finally cement his spot in there, and he will be a very important cog to this defensive back line. Now let's talk about the few of the players that need to make their presence felt for LAFC in this year. First, Bradley Wright Phillips, and he made his presence felt. He did well in that MLS Is Back tournament. He scored quite a few goals already, and with Dio nursing an injury, BWP is going to be huge in not only providing minutes, but scoring goals when Dio's not in. Lastly, Andy Nahar. LAFC brought him in. He's a certified superstar at right back. I love the way this guy plays, and he will be a guy that can defend, can attack, can serve the final ball. I think a lot of LAFC fans will enjoy watching this guy play, and he will be huge for this team as well. I am Benny Feilhaber. I hope you enjoyed watching. I'll see you next time on the 110.
I'm Eli Hunt, celebrated rock journalist, former MTV VJ, and host of this television program. Before the break, we left off with the band releasing their second album. The ill-fated 3252 was a major departure from the big hooks and simple themes of Black and Gold. It was not a critical success. Unlike Black and Gold, 3252 only certified aluminium.
He has never before seen footage I had with them before the ill-fated release.
The new album's 3252.
Oh, you know it.
Rock and roll!
Yeah!
60 tracks? Excessive?
You say excessive, I say excess is a sign of success.
This album will blow people's minds, dead or alive.
So what about a single? I'm not sure I've heard of We're Gonna Rock You all night long, all night long, all night long on this one.
Why would we have it on 3252 if it was on Black and Gold? Are you sure you're a journalist?
Any last words to your fans who have been patiently waiting for over a decade?
I'd like to say that 3252 is the greatest single thing I've ever done in my life. Except for maybe if I win the Indy 500 and marry Christy Brinkley.
This album will change this world and other worlds.
Hi, Mom. Don't forget to feed Oscar.
Listen to any of those so-called best albums ever, and then grab a match and lighter fluid and burn that down, okay? Then drop 3252 onto a turntable and be safe. This is the new order. We are the prophets. We're gonna live forever.
Wow, very passionate.
It's the 90s, and like they say, oh well, whatever, and never mind.
Rock critics have since revisited the album 3252 and have decided it was even worse than their initial reviews. There was no tour, and the band soon went their separate ways. Omar found himself on a global spiritual journey. Jerry took his racing hobby to the next level. Campbell traded in her keyboards for a real estate license. Only Connor stayed in the biz, releasing the introspective solo album, The Beautiful Game. The album also featured the single Scissor Kicked in the Heart, which helped net the solo artist his first Grammy.
Scissor kicked in the heart.
Wow, best comedy album. You know, not the one I was going for, but you know, any Grammy is good. Except for maybe best spoken word album. Those are pretty bad. To my nominees, we're all winners here. I just have the statue to prove it.
The love of irony among millennials has created a newfound interest in the band. And We're Gonna Rock You All Night Long, All Night Long, All Night Long remains the beloved halftime anthem for the Los Angeles Football Club. The song is still climbing the charts in Papua New Guinea and Cleveland. I'm Eli Hunt, and this has been the 110 Vaults, the story of
Hat-trick! Ironic reunion tour comes to Bank of California Stadium, August 10th. Special guests include DJ Holly 3000, Neck Deep, and Rage of Hella. Rage Against the Machine, Unplugged. Hat-trick! Get your tickets now!
That's it for episode 110 of the 110 Football Show. Thanks for watching, and thanks to Benny and Vince. Fun having you in the studio, man.
Join us next time for more LAFC content, comedy skits, and analysis. And make sure to check us out on Instagram and Twitter at 110 Football TV.
As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. For 110 Football, he's Jerry.
He's Connor.
He's Omar.
She's Campbell.
He's Eli Moji.
He's Vince LaRosa.
I am Benny Failhaber.
Thanks for watching, and see you next time on the 110. Rock on, Papua New Guinea.
Good night, Cleveland!
We're gonna